Last week we explored how self-love can improve your leadership. Essentially, self-love is a mindset that can empower you to become a more empathetic, aware, and supportive leader for your school community. However, what does it mean to actually love yourself in the workplace? Hi, I'm Caitlin Daniel, host and creator of Sci-Fire Leadership. And if you're new here, welcome. I specialize in empowering leaders as they navigate how to best support mental health and well-being in our schools. In today's video, we're going to highlight 5 self-love practices that you need in school leadership. Let's get started. Before you can support others, you must learn to take care of yourself, and it starts with self-love. As I shared in last week's video, self-love is a mindset. It is a mindset by which you use to examine your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Self-love asks us to examine our faults, failures, accomplishments, and obstacles with a holistic, growth-oriented mindset. Remember, it's not about being positive all the time. It's about seeing everything as more realistic. It's more about embracing yourself fully. Having a holistic, growth-oriented mindset means that you understand where you've been, where you're at, and where you're wanting to go. And when you embrace yourself in this way, it gives you a window into how your leadership impacts you, your teachers, staff, students, and families. And when you show up for yourself, you can more readily show up for others. To put it simply, self-love is about taking care of your needs and recognizing your value. So, let's dive in. Here are 5 self-love practices that you need in your school leadership. Practice number 1 is to embody gratitude. Gratitude is something I feel like we don't talk about often enough. And it's such a simple practice, yet I feel like in my daily life I never pause or give myself enough time to think about the little things that I'm grateful for. And you don't even have to do this practice every day. Just giving yourself some time to think about something that you are grateful for or one small thing that brings you joy can help cultivate this positive mindset for the little things in our lives that we are grateful for and that do bring us joy, even if it's simple. Like for example, this doesn't happen every day, but on the weekends, I am grateful for mornings spent with my husband drinking coffee. That's something really small, but that is an activity that we do that I absolutely cherish, and it sets up my entire day, and I'm grateful for that. And gratitude doesn't have to be these huge things. Think about them more as the way they make you feel in that moment. This can trick our brain, or this can train our brain into associating our small things that bring us joy or that we're grateful for to the forefront of our mind when they happen. This creates more positive associations with daily small things that are happening in our lives, and this is like long-lasting self-love and support. Practice number 2, and I know this is a hard one, is intentional pausing. When you work in education, especially if you're in a leadership role, I feel like the busyness of the day can be so loud and haphazard and hectic. I know crises come up and that we have a large amount of responsibilities. There are emails, phone calls, meetings to attend. There's a lot on your plate. And the busyness can kind of consume our entire day, our entire week, or months. And we can just keep going. And we only see from day to day, and we're not seeing long term. And when this happens, it can really feel like you're in a dense forest and you're unable to see the edge. You're unable to see a way out. And so you just keep your head down and keep going. Doing this constantly leads to more stress, negativity, and eventually fatigue and burnout. So, if this sounds like you, which I've worked that way too before, but I don't anymore, But if this sounds like you, I want you to carve in some time. It could be in between meetings. It could be during your lunch break. It could be during your commute. I don't care when it is. But give yourself time to pause and just be present in that moment. When we give ourselves time to pause, we can give ourselves time to breathe, to think. But we want to check in and give ourselves space to check in. That way we can see the next steps, to see the longer impact of what we're doing. I know there are busy periods throughout the school year, and you all know when the rise and fall kind of happens, and periods where you work more than you normally do. And it's okay if those are temporary, but you want to be mindful of those. Give yourself time to pause, take a break, and just sit with yourself. I feel like in leadership, it can be easy to get wrapped up in the busyness and just keep going, keep pushing through, going day by day, and you just want to make it through the day. But if you don't give yourself time to pause, it gets your brain caught in this cycle of stress and negativity associated around work. Practice number 3 is a fun one, and it is give yourself a compliment. Okay? It doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to be after every meeting or every task or every anything, but give yourself a compliment. If you're like me, I know you give compliments to other people all the time, but have you ever paused to give yourself a compliment? And how easy is it to think of all of the things that you did wrong versus the things that you did right? Think about it. When you've done an activity or completed a task, have you thought of 90% of the things that you've done wrong and only 10% of the things that you did really well? Or not at all. So get yourself in the mindset of giving yourself compliments. This creates positivity around the actions that we're doing, around the decisions that we're making, around the tasks that we have completed. This exercise helps us get into the habit of speaking kindly to ourselves and recognizing the value we bring to the workplace. Going off of that last self-love practice, practice number 4 is recognizing the little victories. Okay, small wins, small wins. I know in education we often get caught up in that end goal, in the long term, where we want to be in 10 years time, 5 years time, where we want to be over the course of our lifetime in the field of education. But those victories aren't happening every single day. So we have to recognize the small wins that are happening in our lives right now. And I can guarantee that you're having small victories every single day. We're just not recognizing them. So this habit helps train our brain in seeing that every task or goal that we're able to complete is a win for us. It's a win for our team, it's a win for our staff, and it's a win for you. And it's time we start celebrating those. And lastly, practice number 5 is connection. I want you to find your people. Find your cheerleaders. Find your supporters, your mentors, your friends, your family, people that you work with. Find people who support you, who make you feel energetic and warm, and make connections with those people. Having a strong social network of support, whether it's personal or professional or both, will help keep you connected and grounded. It will help you be more intentional and authentic around your time, your boundaries, your tasks, and your mindset. Find your people that make you feel good, that make you feel warm. These are the people you want to hold on to. These people help make you a stronger, more capable person. Even if you don't feel like you're able to do perfect at everything all of the time, those people keep you going and they keep you grounded. They keep you real. So make those connections. Reach out, cultivate them, nourish them, and keep them thriving. Find your support people so that you can support yourself, so that you can support others. What self-love practices do you use to support your well-being in the workplace? I'd love to hear from you, so please drop those practices in the comments below. All right, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to join our amazing community here on YouTube. And until next time, happy practicing, take care.